pray for our rivals, they said. Lampard running away with it, they said. Another defeat. 50 goals conceded away from home during the Frank Lampard tenure. Just 3 wins in their last 10 games. Nowhere near the top 4. Nowhere near the title race. Frank Lampard is almost a certainty to lose his job. The vultures have been circling for weeks. What a awful, abysmal performance tonight from Frank Lampard's men. They ain't playing for him. Player power is back at Chelsea Football Club. There is no doubt about it. The lack of energy, the lack of effort. Only the teacher's pet Mason Mount was putting in any kind of effort and oomph to try and get them back in the game. And let's take nothing away from Leicester City. What a barnstorming start. A sensational strike on the left peg from a man like Ndidi posting in. James Maddison stepping up for the second goal. Could have been 3 or 4 in the second half. Leicester, in truth, played at a canter, and they go top. They go top of the Premier League on 38 points. And look at Chelsea there. I'm looking at it now. They sit 8th on 29 points. Southampton can leapfrog them tomorrow when they play next. Arsenal can go in front of them soon. And they are now 5 points away from the top 4. That's 5 points away from the top 4. If Tottenham win their game in hand, that grows further. Chelsea are running out of time in this top 4 race. And Frank Lampard, for me, his job is done. His job is finished. And it ain't my opinion here. I'm going by the history at the football club. I'm going by the way Roman Abramovich behaves. But they're the big questions for you, the audience, tonight. We're going to open the StreamYard lines for you very soon. But before we do it, you need to hit the like button. 2,000 people already watching. You haven't hit the like button yet. That's a madness. Also, sign up to our Discord server, because the Discord server is where we're going to release the link to call into the show. But also make sure you check out our sponsors, Manscaped. You get a 20% discount off of all the male grooming products on their website. They're amazing. Trust me, if you like to groom yourself, keep yourself in shape, keep the hair away, go check out Manscaped. All the information for that is in our description below. But I want your views. Is player power back at Chelsea? Genuine question. Is player power back? Are Lampard's boys putting in a performance for him, or are they throwing him under the bus? Has it gone full circle at Chelsea? That's question number 1. Leicester, how far can they go this season? We have to talk about Leicester. They're part of the football terrace now. They're part of the top 6 plus 1. They're here. They're not the plus 1, by the way. They're top of the goddamn league. And and then personally, when it comes to you Leicester Chelsea fans, are you Lampard in, Lampard out? I want your views. I want your opinions on this right away. The devil's advocate here says, I think it's time to allow Leicester the top 6 honor. Bro, that's already happened, bro. Oh, no, actually, Leicester should be officially put into the Big 6 by Sky Sports and BT Sports now. That's a campaign we should start here on the Football Terrace for the mainstream media to recognize one of the best teams in the country for the last 5 years. No, they've been better, by the way, in the last 5 years, in my opinion, than both Man United and Arsenal. So they thoroughly deserve to be part of the proper Big 6 now. They have to be. They have to be. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. We had another super chat come in here, and it's already disappeared. There's been so many comments that have come through. First one here is this from the 4th official. Says, Terry, finally got my Manscaped to clear up my sack. My girl saw it, and it made my... Okay, cool. I can't say that, bruv, out on loud. Sacked in the morning is what he says there. Sacked in the morning is what people think. Hit that like and share button. We're live on the Football Terrace. We're going to be here for the next hour or so. Sign up to the Discord server so we can get it through to you. But we're going to go to the panel straight away. Do we have any Chelsea fans turned up? Would a real Slim Sadie please stand up? Where are the Chelsea fans at? I can see 2. We're going to go to the Chelsea boys first. Liam here says, Chelsea hired Lampard way too early. Only had a year at Derby. Look at Gerrard. These guys need time to learn their trade. And that is very true in itself. But we're going to get David on. We're going to get Prime on. We're going to get Jem on, because they're the Chelsea fans. They've got a lot to answer here. First, let's do a nice intro for them first. And let's see what's cracking. Gentlemen, another awful performance from Frank Lampard, boys. I want to go to Jem first. Are you still backing Lampard after tonight? 3 wins in 10, No creativity tonight, no plan, no style. He's clearly lost the dressing room. Give me your thoughts, Jem.
Look, doesn't even matter if I back Lampard or not. At the end of the day, it's the players not backing him. And the man management, there's an issue with man management, clearly. You got certain individuals, and it's minor individuals that are showing that they're playing for him, in my eyes. And then there's a big majority that ain't. And that's very clear. And I don't think he will be staying, to be honest. I think he's done. I think he's in trouble. So it's irrelevant to what I think if I want him here or not, because at the end of the day, I think...
Well, no, what isn't irrelevant is your opinion. Do you think Roman would be justified in sacking him? And do you think it's right that the players have stopped working for him? What do you think, Jem?
I don't think it's right that the players have stopped working for him. Of course I don't. We were sitting here calling for 4-2-3-1s not long ago, and we played it today. We were sitting here calling for Cho to play today, and he played. We asked for Havertz to play in a 10 role. He played. You know, so everyone was saying it's a formation thing, and it was an individual issue in terms of the players that were playing. They were playing today, and they didn't turn up. So the only other thing it can be is that the players are not playing for him. There's nothing more I can say to it. And if that's the case, then he has to go. Because you can't have players not playing for managers because you're not going to get results, are you? It's common sense.
So I hear you on that. I mean, David, most people got their wishes tonight in terms of elements of the starting lineup. Hudson-Odoi starting a game, but it was still just as bad. There was no real change to anything at all. I mean, it's absolutely right that Roman sacks him this evening, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. I actually sent a message to Prime when the lineups came out, and I still wasn't happy with it. Because if you are... Terry, do you remember the start of the season when...
Do me a favor, David. Could you move your camera so you're like in the middle of it like Prime is, please? Make a lot more... There we go. That's better. There we go.
You remember at the start of the season when people were trying to shoehorn in all our players and people were like, we'll play Mount at DM. And I said, there's no way we could play Mount at DM. I thought we'd play 4-3-3 today, and I thought Kovacic was going to be something. No, Mount was playing DM, and again, it didn't work. And again, I'm not even sure whether the players have stopped playing for him because they're playing about the same level as they have been for the past 6-7 weeks, and it's just not. I can just see it's a poorly coached team right now. It's really poorly coached. Like there is no creativity. We're just. It's just not fun to watch. I was watching it with my flatmate who doesn't even watch football. And after 20 minutes of watching us, she was like, why are you just doing the same thing over and over and over again when it's clearly not working?
Well, that's because football's a very, very simple game. And I think Lampard's overcomplicating it. He's trying this possession-based football. I don't know who's doing that with a bag. Chill for us, please. It's like this possession-based football, which simply isn't working. But I think even more than his tactics, the man management of Lampard has let him down. Do you know what? I feel as a football fan sort of vindicated in many ways. I've been saying this for a long time now. The modern day football player doesn't like being called out publicly, doesn't like being singled out publicly. Lampard released his inner Jose Mourinho and it has backfired massively. But I want to ask Prime a question here. Prime, you were absolutely ridiculed by Monster. You were absolutely ridiculed by Anita. You were absolutely ridiculed by every single Chelsea fan on this show, on this platform, when you said Kepa's bad, but he isn't the main reason why we keep conceding goals and we keep losing games. Your record improved for about 4 or 5 matches. You're now as bad as you've ever been in the last 2 years. Facts. Do you feel vindicated?
No, because I don't want to be right at the expense of my team being terrible. But when I was telling them that, because I watch football, football is probably one of the only things I actually know about in my life. So when I talk about things, it's not me being bantery or trying to troll or whatever. When I said Kepa, as bad as he may be, is not the sole problem with our defense, I'm right about that. When I say we bring in Anthony Barry, and as much as he's improved us, there's still big problems with Lampard in this team. I'm right. Jody Morris also is a massive problem because if it's a choice between sacking Frank or Morris, I'd rather sack Morris because he's the one doing all this coaching. He's the reason why it's looking so bad.
Yeah,
Mendy,
Terry, no. I'm sorry, Prime. I've got to interrupt you on that. The manager hires and puts this player in in this position. It's the same as this. If your board continue to stay by Lampard, soon the blame moves away from Lampard and goes onto your board for allowing this to continue in this way. Frank Lampard is the manager. He is in charge. If he wants Morris gone tomorrow, he can instruct for that to happen. Contracts are that flimsy at this level. He's keeping him here. This is on Frank Lampard.
No, I agree.
And they can't kick a ball.
I agree. I'm not defending him. I agree. They can all go. They can both go. I agree with that. Also, Mendy, you guys were getting gas because of a couple of clean sheets on a run of 4. And I said, no, relax. He's not that much better. Also, I said, let us play these bigger teams and see how good we truly are. We beat Leeds, but let's be honest, it was a struggle. West Ham, even though we beat them 3-0 at the end, that was a struggle. Arsenal beat us. We played Man United. And even though we got a draw, it was
been bad for 10 guys. It's been bad for 10 games. I totally get you on that. We've got some super chats here. We're going to get the rivals on soon. It says, mind the gap, Arsenal and Chelsea. Trust your process. Come on, you irons, by Fat Frank. That's what's amazing about it. Like
West Ham are
better than Chelsea this season. We've got Ches on the line. Ches, what's going through your mind, mate? What's wrong with your club? And do you think Lampard should be sacked tonight by Roman Abramovich?
There's a lot going wrong. There's been a lot going wrong for a minute now. It's just funny. I still keep saying it's funny how the same people are saying we're going to win the league and now backtracking, but that is what it is. You get them fans everywhere. Lampard, I don't think he's lost the dressing room. I don't think he's lost that. But I think his tactics are for everyone to see. There are no tactics. Well, there are. It's very poor quality. Like Prime was saying, the backroom staff clearly ain't helping him. We've been poor, and Chelsea fans ain't been looking forward to games for like 2 years now, which shows it's not just the tactics, it's the belief in our manager. We just don't have it anymore. So I was one of the people advocate for him to stay. I still want him to stay to the end of the season and get a new manager in, only because I don't want a new manager to inherit this squad is in low confidence for us to have like a bit part season. So I'd rather him just, even if he flops, wait to the end of the season, get a new manager in to have a fresh start, a fresh new season, rather than halfway. That's the only reason why I want him to stay.
Yeah, right, I hear what you're saying. I think the dressing room's gone, though. When the dressing room goes, that manager has to be removed. The season right now is where I'd say the salvageable is I don't think these players in the whole are performing for Frank. If you brought in, I'm just going to throw his name out there. If Gus Hiddink was to walk in the door tomorrow, your savior at this point normally, he could still push you into that top 4 race because the players would step up. I was watching people tonight. People weren't tracking. They weren't closing down. They weren't busting a gut. And do you know what? In the first season under Lampard, that's what your players did. We're going to bring some of the rivals in now. I'm going to move some of you back into the back room because I don't want to have too many people in at once. Ches and Prime, I'm going to move into the back room for now. We're going to bring some rivals in. Man Lucky Gow is here. KJ is here. And we're going to throw in bits and bobs. I'm going to go to KJ first of all. Chelsea tonight, woeful. Lampard must be on his way out, mustn't he?
Yo, if you're a Chelsea fan, and no matter if you want him to the end of the season or out or whatever, if you're a Chelsea fan sitting here and saying, and what's happening right now is not a sackable offense, I'm sorry, fam. You guys need to wise up and reel up. And it doesn't matter if you want him to be here at the end of the season or you want him to be here for 3 years. Right now, what he's doing is sackable. It is sackable. So, Jem, I know you're a big supporter of Lampard. You're a supporter of Lampard in terms of you want the manager to stay in and get time and build the team and do whatever. But at this point in the season, you guys need to gamble. It's there to be taken, and you still have a chance to get top 4. It's not undoable, and a new manager can get you that. He can, and if you don't feel like they can, then you need to look at your board and your and the whole team. You need to start questioning Roman, because how is he allowed it to get this bad?
Not only new but better manager as well, because he's not. Because he's just young and he's just not good enough. It's that simple.
That's part of it. I want to go to bits and bobs. I want to change this favour for just a moment, though. Leicester City have gone top tonight. They deserve a lot of credit for their performance. The fact that they're top of the league after I think they've played 19 games now. I mean, how far do you think Leicester could go this year?
Top 6, probably. The way the season's going, the way the results have been going. If you've got small clubs like Chelsea dipping out, I suppose, maybe top 4 actually. But no, top six probably. And we saw what happened to them last season when the going got tough. You know, they fumbled the bag. So listen, Terry, I'm just laughing because I'm looking at Igal right now, yeah, and I'm looking at.
I got the smoke for this guy. Don't worry about me. Don't worry.
Arsenal are 2 points behind Chelsea. Let that sink in.
Wait, I told you you're back. Again, I told you you're back.
Listen,
Right,
can I play something for
Let me
Terry?
come to it, Gal. I want you to speak.
Terry, I wanna play something for the guy, David. David, after Wolves, what did I say to you?
You guys just lost and you're all smiles. I want to know why.
My club's in the toilet.
Whose club's in the toilet now, guy? Whose club in the toilet now? Let's talk. David, you were talking about Ceballos this, Ceballos that, Southampton this, Southampton that. Guess what? I guess you did Southampton a disservice. I guess you did Chelsea a disservice. I think you did your defense a disservice. I think you did your whole club and your whole fan base a disservice. David, you've been coming at me every single week. Smoke after smoke. I got it for you today, bro. I got it for you today. You know what? Today, roles are reversed. I played my Uno card. I'm ready. You know what, guy? This guy's been after me week after week, every single week. Hold your smoke. You've been talking about Mendy this, Mendy that. We fixed the defense. We fixed that. We got the best left back in the league. We got the best defender in the world. We got this, that. Guess what? We got a manager better than your manager. Your manager is a cone man from Man City. No. Noise it.
Was that a rap?
Oh my God, that's laughable.
I tell you this now, right?
That's
Every
laughable.
fan that's come on here has been depressed. That's the kind of energy we want on the football terrace. You say laughable.
No, I don't know where he's kind of suddenly become a roadman from. He's just speaking about Uno cards.
38
But
games
again,
ago, yeah.
as I was saying when we were doing well, I said as of the time, Chilwell was the best left back in the league because he was at the time. I never said Thiago Silva was the best centre back in the world. I never said that was Monster. So again, if you're going to quote me right, exactly. Okay,
You did Arsenal disservice, right?
If you're gonna come at me, let me talk, innit? Let me talk. Go. Right. We are currently in bad form. When you picked up your form, did I not give you props for picking up your form? Okay. Yeah. Things can change in football. At the time, we were doing really well. And however, when we started playing badly, but we were still winning, I was one of the only people to say we are actually playing quite badly. And Terry was always saying, oh yeah, but sometimes you have to do that. But I was seeing a constant trend down and down and down and down. So it's not like I've suddenly switched from one side to the other. It's like I have David. You have a long time.
You were laughing when you lost against Wolves. You were still saying your team's in the toilet. Now your team's in the toilet. You want to deflect and say, yes, my team's in the toilet. No, you don't get to do that. This is not how it works, bro. You don't get
because
to do that.
because
you don't
Igal
get to switch like this. You don't get to talk about Southampton.
Teams in the toilet.
Guess what? No, David. No, 2 points difference between me and you right now. I can see you. How is it going up there? How is it going? I can see you.
Igal.
Guys, come back to that in a minute. Listen, it's great energy. Cole here says, love this guy. Igal, this is for you. Man put a $55 super chat, and I owe you a drink there, Igal. Not an alcoholic one, of course. Thank you very much. And you know, I want the energy. This is what you guys are meant to do. You guys are too passive with each other all the time. Like, come on, guys. What I want to say is this, though. Lampard's tactics, I get why people would criticize them. But there are so many individual players dropping clangers. Today, Reece James, dog for the second goal, and you should have conceded a third goal when he got dragged in, right? Absolutely awful in terms of that. Chilwell, absolutely nowhere. No midfielders turned up. Kai Havertz, empty, finished again. Pulisic just run around in circles. The only thing Pulisic did, he did win. I did think it was a penalty, to be fair. He did absolutely nothing today. When a Chelsea, I very rarely, you all go for Mason Mount week in, week out. Most of you go for Mason Mount. What about, most of you. What about other Chelsea players that are not turning up and performing? Where is the smoke? Where is the criticism for him, David?
My whole thing with it is I will call out players when they have really bad performances. I will. Last game, I said Kovacic was the worst player on the field. So again, it's not about Mason Mount. My point is that Frank has this thing where he will drop players very easily, but he doesn't have the same energy around the squad. And I think that carries in the squad. When you see someone in your squad who's not performing the same way that you are not performing, but they're getting preferential treatment over you, you're going to sit there and be like, especially with the way footballers are nowadays. They're going to sit there and be like, so why am I working for this manager anyway?
You're talking about same energy, though, David. Your energy when criticizing other players ain't the same. Same energy, bruv. Your own words.
Because
have the same energy, fam.
Because
I'll
when
blame
they
KJ for this loss anyway.
because
This is
when they
KJ's
get
fault.
dropped,
Let's go.
because when they get dropped, they deserve to be dropped. My thing is that the energy is not the same all the way around. My whole thing,
players ain't the same.
David,
again, if you see me when I watch the game, I will shout at everyone. But those players, when they do badly, will get subbed off. They have a really bad game, they will get subbed off.
We've got to move on. We've got to move on here because we've got lots of other people that want to come on and have their say. Jim, David, thank you both very, very much for coming on, having your say, boys. Really appreciate that. Thank you very, very much indeed. Next up on the show, we're going to get Cam's in with us, and we've got Cam, and we've also got Alfie here as well in the house. We've opened up the lines for you. Cam with Manscaped.
Hey, where are my Chelsea fans that were giving me smoke a few weeks back though? Where are you though? 2 points. Listen, you know this 2 represents so much right now. Man United second, Chelsea 2-0. And we are 2 points behind you, bro.
All right, Cam, fall back with the Man United, G. Fall back.
Arsenal back.
Smoke as well, bruv.
Arsenal back.
Where are you now, bruv? You're second. Are you not joint top, bruv? No, you're not, blood. You're second. Okay, but that's what the Man United smoke I'm giving. Today it's Chelsea, innit?
Cam, you really want the back. Let the back. The back.
You can have that. Listen, guys. We'll go to Cam in a minute. I want to speak to you guys. Chelsea, though, I want to go to Cam here, Canadian Cam. I mean, they're in the mud. They're not performing well. 3 wins in 10. Can you see? This isn't Arsenal or Man United, where often a bit more time is given to managers. Can you honestly see them giving Lampard any more time? Do you think he's being sacked in the next 24 hours?
Done. Has to be done at this point. How can you keep him in? How? He's been their worst manager over the last, 6, 7 managers? Like, that Di Matteo guy was better. Like, real talk. He has to be done. Like, what
Lampard in, my guys. Lampard in.
What has he done to prove, other than his little stint at Derby? Like, at least Ollie won something at Mulder. This guy legit, he's done. I'm just so happy because I was the one who put Chelsea out of the top 4 in the preview, and at that point, every Chelsea fan, Cam, you're a hater. Cam, you're a hater. Kai, he's a flop. No, Cam, you're a hater. No, Cam was fucking right. That's all it is. I'm so happy.
That sounded like a tune in my head. Cam, you're a hater.
I want to go to Alfie next. Bro, I mean, look, Leicester have gone top tonight. They were very, very good. But have you actually, when was the last time you saw a Chelsea team this disjointed, this all at sea, and not backing a manager?
All talk and no trousers. Listen, I'll address your question real quick before I do that. Hey, Cam, you don't want this smoke though, bruh. Cam, you don't want this smoke. Don't come after Man United with that kind of. You don't want this
the
smoke.
only reason I'm giving United that little smoke there, is because they were getting gas that we were joint top, then they were top, so you were getting gas. And I'm not saying all United fans, but I'm saying United fans that I know in general, my guys were getting gassed. So that was more to them, really. So and there was fans on here, and there was fans on here as well. That was getting gassed. So that was just that smoke there. But
but
like I said, tonight's not about United, innit? I just wanted to say that about United.
That's right. That's what I just wanted to get that out there. You don't want this smoke because you know we one of the best in the league on form.
Guys,
bring it back to Chelsea, man.
Guys, this is getting on my nerves now. We're talking about Chelsea right here. Let's go back to Chelsea.
Sorry. I apologize. Look, one thing, I need to stay consistent. I can't call for Lampard's head. I can't call for his job, because I am consistent. I'm Mr. Roy Keane on the show. I'm going to tell you, look, a manager needs time. I'm going to have to say it. He needs time. You got to give him time. If they've spent the most amount of money out of any transfer window in the summer, and this is the best you can do, I understand if you're calling for his head, but I'm still going to say, I'm going to go with what was Jem saying? He needs hair gel. He needs to go buy some special hair gel from somewhere to put that team together, and he needs time. Look, I've never seen them so bad. Have you seen them so bad? Today, nothing worked out for them. Nothing. I've never seen them this. And by the way, where's Avram Grant? Where's Mr. Avram? I heard wasn't he not going to come? Wasn't the savior going to come from their first post post Mourinho, you know what I mean, pandemic that they went through, and they got to a Champions League final. The savior, Mr. Throw my Champions League runner-up medal in the crowd. I remember that, bruh. Where are you now? Like, where is he? Like, so honestly, I can't call for his head though, Terry. I know they're sat here saying, you know what? He's got to go. What has he done? He's got no history. It just looks like a bunch of foreplay going on without any penetration. Just cross and inshallah and all of that business. I get it. I understand. But I still can't call for his head, because who are they going to get in now? You're saying Hiddink, right?
No, but Alfie, there's options. There's two options out there that they could get. They could get Tuchel, they could get Allegri. Two experienced, winning managers.
I know, but based on my formula of life that I've been telling you, that I cannot ever say Ollie out. How can I sit here and be a hypocrite and say Frank out? I can't do it.
It's not your club, bro. It's not your club.
Guys, I'm not asking whether you think he should be sacked. This actually isn't the question. Is Roman? Our opinions don't mean too much.
Oh yeah. I think he's gone in the morning. I think he's gone in the morning. Yeah, I think
that man Dave has put this out. Chelsea have spent £198 million more than West Ham in the summer and are currently on 3 points fewer than them. A David Moyes West Ham team has 3 more points than you after £200 million more was spent. Those are the kind of things that Roman doesn't tolerate. Arsenal will put up with it for another 6 months. Man United might give you another year. Liverpool might give you another year. Chelsea don't do this. And by the way, with some of the average performances from some of their young players, I'm telling them this now. If they don't pull their finger out, they're getting replaced in the summer. This is how Chelsea operate. They are cutthroat. It's as simple and as straightforward as that. Listen, Alfie, Cam, I appreciate you all coming on. We want to go to callers that want to come on and have their say. We'll speak to you boys soon. Thank you all very, very much indeed for coming on and having your say. Really appreciate it, gentlemen. And thank you for the Manscaped support as well, Cam. I appreciate it.
One thing. You always mention Canadians being really nice and all that. What you saw from Miguel, that's what happens when you mess with Canadians, especially from Toronto. That's none of the that is Toronto. Anyway,
I hear you on that, bro. Thank you very much. I'll speak to you soon, my brother. All the best. Take care. Super chats. Get your super chats in. We've opened up the lines now. If you go to the general chat box on our Discord server, you can phone in now. We want to hear. If we had the panel on, we saved the panel for the weekend. We've got a lot more time to hear from them in shows. I want to go to some of you, our loyal viewers. First up on the show, we're going to go to CFCRS. Welcome back. We know you're a Chelsea fan. Abysmal performance. What's on your mind, mate?
To be honest, we all know Lampard should be out, but this game, we didn't prove that Lampard should be out. Like, I've deeped that since the Wolves game that Lampard needs to cut from this club. Like, obviously, I love him in it, but he has to go. Like, obviously, in the first half, I didn't think we were that bad in the first half. I think we were a bit unlucky in the first half, to be honest. But in the second half, we just ran out of ideas, capitulated. Like, we will get the ball and we wouldn't know who to pass to. Chilwell in the first half, that was the worst I've ever seen him play this whole season. It's like the ball was just sliding off his foot every 2 seconds. He was terrible and he had no chemistry with Pulisic. And I don't know why Lampard didn't start Werner, because Leicester are playing a high line and Werner could have utilized his pace in this game. But yeah,
wait, were Leicester playing a high line today?
Yeah, they were, like, in the first half. Tammy got some opportunities behind goal.
I thought it was medium, but do you know what I saw tonight? I just saw, honestly, and I mean this with all due respect, I rate Fofana. They've got really good players at Leicester. But they played in second gear, bruv. It was easy tonight, and that's why, although I know everyone's going to say tactics and this, tonight was a case of individual poor performances from Chelsea players, no intensity, no passion, no desire. But I think that's because he's off the dressing room. I think they don't want to play for Lampard anymore. I think it's over. Listen, RS, thank you for coming on the show, bro, and having your say. We're going to jump through more calls. We've got Wayne Smith, who's a Chelsea fan, on the show next. Wayne, welcome to the Football Terrace. Lampard, has he got to go?
He has to go. He has to go. I'm fed up, Terry. Like, it's the same. It's the same thing over and over again. It's fucking shit. He has to fucking go. Get Rafa in. Get Hiddink. I don't care.
Man said Rafa. All right, bring him back.
We need, because like, it's the same performance against Fulham. We were shocking as well. And today, Leicester were fucking levels above us. there was no chance of us like getting an equaliser. That Werner shot was definitely offside, but yes, he has to go.
But he's a boy, though, isn't it? He's a Chelsea man.
Yeah,
That's what
he's
you
a boy,
guys
he's a
wanted,
boy.
though.
But he hasn't got the manager material. He has to go. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
long-
but I'm not for him anymore.
Yo, long time no see, Wayne. It's been a while, innit?
Yeah,
But
I
here's the
know,
thing,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, been
You need to chat to some of your man them on the pitch, innit?
Yeah.
Because Pulisic was supposed to be better than
Yeah.
certain players in the Premier League. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Havertz coming in was supposed to be the next biggest thing. And when we question Chelsea fans, do you really need Kai Havertz? Do you really need to spend that money on them? And then you got other positions to fill. They're like, nah. I remember I don't think I asked you this before. I remember Kieran as well. I asked them, do you really need Kai Havertz? And you're like, nah, we do. And he's come here and to do what?
Yeah, he
Like-
hasn't done anything.
No, I hear that. Listen, and I hear your pain in your voice as well. Wayne, thanks for coming on the show, mate, and having your say. Appreciate it, buddy. Next up on the show, we're going to have the Devil's Advocate is with us. The Devil's Advocate, clearly a Man United fan. And Jem, that's how you do the hairstyle, bro. Give me your views on this. I mean, a lot of Chelsea fans want him out. Do you think Chelsea fans are maybe being a bit too premature? Should they give Lampard more time?
I don't know. I feel like it's a bit of a stuck in a rock between a hard place, to be quite honest. Because personally, like I don't want to make this about Ollie, but we paralleled Chelsea last season, and especially with our inexperienced managers. But I feel like from what we've seen with Ollie and what Chelsea have seen with Lampard, there's not really a lot to get behind the manager, and it's clear to see that he's lost the dressing room a bit because as you said, Mason Mount was the only player on that pitch actually playing for him. And to me, as soon as I saw the starting lineup and I see Kovacic alone holding that midfield, playing 2 8s, Havertz isn't an 8. He's a 10 or a striker. You don't play the 8 position, and you know what I mean. It's just there's so many things wrong with that performance. So I just feel like it's too late.
And this is why, I say man's got no judge. Only in these situations where he's about to reach a sack, you already know them players are going to get some next powers and go on a run. Every time when he's about to get the sack, that happens. Lampard about to get the sack, no judge.
Wow.
All he's got is Mason Mount. I'm telling you, lowest Lampard, fam.
And that's why, again, when it comes to you comparing managers, the one thing about Ollie I've never really criticized has been his man management, because the players have always stood up and fought hard for him in these moments of adversity. And, there's irony in it, though, because Lampard was certainly part of dressing rooms at Chelsea, in my opinion, that threw other managers under buses. So, you sometimes reap what it is that you sow. Listen, Devil's Advocate, thank you for coming on, mate, and having your say and all your support. It's been amazing, mate. Thank you very, very much indeed. Super chat here from Kufi, who says, Lampard in. As an Arsenal fan, I love what I'm seeing with Chelsea. Lampard is the right choice. If you want to phone into the show now, go onto our Discord server on the general chat link. I posted the link to call in. It's on there. So go check it out. Come give us a call. StreamYard link is in there. Next up is Josh Gilmore. Josh Gilmore's a Chelsea fan. Lampard in, Lampard out, or do you think he needs more time?
Lampard is finished. He's done. Yeah, man, he's done. He's finished. Okay, the players have stopped performing. You said it yourself. That was a disgusting performance, okay? Absolutely disgusting. Lampard is done. I love it. He's finished. New manager will come in. But let me just say something. The players need to take some responsibility. Have some pride for the shirt that you're wearing, okay? I don't care if you don't like the manager. Play for the badge. Play for the fans. That was disgusting performance. I'm absolutely ashamed by that. Disgusting. Leicester were so much better. They deserve to win. Well done to them. They were so much more organized. Attacking, we are embarrassing. I'm so upset, man. Like, so upset.
I understand. I mean, we had Alfie on earlier. It says, is there any way that Lampard can get more time under Roman, or do you just think Roman's too cutthroat, dressing room's gone, it's time to cut our losses? Do you think there's any hope for Lampard?
No, I don't see it. I don't see how it come back. I mean, I could be wrong. Who knows what goes on behind closed doors? Lampard may be able to, he's a smart guy. He might be able to sell that, to give him a bit more time. It's possible. It's a very important time now. There's games that will come up quick and fast. Yeah. We can get into top 4. It is possible, but for play like that, there's no chance. And the players need to look at themselves tonight. That was embarrassing.
Mate, I hear
Absolutely
you on that.
embarrassing. So sad.
Josh, thanks for coming on, having your say there. Chelsea fans are not. Do you know what? It's interesting. I'm a bit disappointed with the Chelsea panelists tonight. Zero. I got rid of them quickly. I'm going to be blunt. No passion. No, nothing from any of them. The callers are doing better than analysts tonight. I've got to call it as it is. Speaking
Where's
of
Monster?
Monster's dead out here. Speaking of fire, though, speaking of passion, the Queen is here. Anita's in the house. What you saying?
Oh, I made it.
Yeah, made it in there. Hey, what's up?
I made it. Listen, I'm fuming, bro.
Come on now.
Anita, the comments are saying Anita in, you know. They're saying hashtag Anita in.
I'm fuming. Because the thing is, right, what Lampard's getting wrong, how am I getting it right? How? Does that make sense? How are fans getting it right when Lampard's there being tactically inept? It don't make sense to me. Yes, Anita, I will take the job happily. I promise you, I can manage this team better than Lampard can manage this team. Because what's happening right now is beyond me, it's beyond God, it's beyond the devil, it's beyond everybody. What are we actually playing? What is the style of play? The style of play, yeah, I saw a video of the training session, yeah, and it was like, pass to the side, get the eights involved. Listen, we play like this. We play like pigtails. Nothing in the middle, just pigtails at the end of the flipping pitch. That's what it is. It doesn't make any sense. Do you know why Leicester was smart today? And I was listening to James Maddison's post-match interview, yeah? He was saying, Chelsea, they always switch off at set pieces. Yeah, we do. Guess what? Brendan Rodgers used that against us, and they've got like their first set piece goal against anyone. From us. Yeah, another thing that he did and Brendan Rodgers did that was smart. Brendan Rodgers knows we probably haven't practiced playing through the middle. So if we lose the ball on the sides, who's going to recover it? Who was there to recover it? Nobody. Why? Because everyone's already parted like a sket. Why? Why? This shit does not make any more sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. I cannot continue to defend someone who is not making sense. If
Anita, how's the French?
Hold on, let me rant. If we had a style of play that was making sense, then it's a thing where, okay, he has a style of play, we can see a pattern, maybe it's the players. My boy's coming up on here earlier, talking about players, Jam, talking about, but look at individual performances. What? I'm so sorry, what? When it was Mourinho, were we looking at individual performances? When it was Conte, were we looking at individual performances or were we looking at the manager? Just because it's Frank Lampard doesn't mean it's anything different. We look at the manager and we look at what's going wrong with the entire team. People looking at individual players, I understand. Play for the badge. This is embarrassing. Guess what? The beloved Mason Mount was playing for the badge today and Tammy Abraham. What did they produce? Nothing. Why? Because it doesn't make sense. If it doesn't make sense and you're playing for the badge and nothing is still working, what are you gonna do? What are you left with? What are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do now? I don't understand what Jem wants from the individual players, because the individual players that we have, they are quality players. They're quality players. We have Ziyech, who can play as a 10 or right wing. We have Havertz, who can play as a 10, right wing, false 9. We have Werner, who spent most of the season on the left wing, and you expect him to come in as a 9 or off Tammy and be banging in goals. Why would you expect that when you've been playing him out of position all season? So another point. Christian Pulisic did not deserve 90 minutes today. He did not deserve 90 minutes today, and I put that on my mum. He did not deserve it. Tell me why this guy starts week in, week out for a full 90 minutes. Tell me why. What did he contribute to this team today? Chelsea fans always come for me saying, oh no, Christian Pulisic, look at what he did for us at the end of last season. What did he do for us? What did he do? Did he win us a trophy? Is that why you guys are defending him, that he should be starting every single match for 90 minutes? Because he won us the Champions League. Anyone that told me that Pulisic needs to be starting every single match for 90 minutes, I'm blocking you. I am blocking you. People coming for Callum Hudson-Odoi today, he's the only one that looked like he was trying to create through the middle. At one point, Callum was playing so bloody centrally because there was no one else there. On the recovery, Leicester played through our middle. They opened us up. Why? Why is that? Everything boils down to Frank Lampard. And I even read something today that said they don't even practice on tactics. They practice on drills and vibes. Excuse me? Nah.
All right, listen, I gotta ask you something though. I got something for you though, my G. On Midnight Vibes, yeah, when we drew 0-0, Chelsea and United, I mentioned what was coming with the Chelsea fans and Lampard and how the attack was going, and you gave me the biggest death stare that I've ever seen in my life, saying, I don't know what you're talking about, what's going on with your team and stuff like that. So I just want my recompense.
Wait,
you know,
what was the original question? Sorry.
I was saying how Chelsea fans are actually on the borderline of being Lampard out, and you guys are just hiding it. And you gave me a death stare. You said, I don't know what you're talking about. That's what happened with your team. So I just want my recompense in it. I just want my offering for the church and that. Like,
Okay, when you said that, was Chelsea playing good? Yes or no?
No, you was playing okay.
Were we not still contending? Not contending for the title, but we were still in between. We were still a good distance ahead from the top, no? And we were even swapping places with first and third, no? So why wouldn't I say that at that time? You tell me.
Because you guys were arrogant.
Change?
Because at that time, you guys were arrogant. You could have easily said, KJ, I see what you're saying. You easily could have said, I see what you're saying, but I believe that we're doing better than you think. But no, it's the way you gave the look, the way you dismissed what I was saying. Yeah, this one, yeah, that one right there. Yeah, you see that one?
I'm giving you right now.
Yeah. I want my recompense for that because I clearly gave me. I was right. Man was clearly right about what I was saying.
At that time, we were not in between first and third. At that time, we were not in between first and third.
It didn't matter where you were sitting, yeah. It didn't matter the way you were saying it, yeah. I deserve recompense because I had a valid point about you and your man. Them.
Are people allowed to change their opinion?
Oh no, I'm not saying you're wrong for doing it.
So there's no reason for any recompense.
I just want my recompense, innit? Yeah, you can't sit there and be, oh, we're not Lampard out, that's a lie, and then sit there and be like, I can't be Lampard out.
We're not Lampard out, that's a lie. Did I just stare at you? I wasn't Lampard out. Me. I wasn't Lampard
I didn't say you directly though. I was saying the fan base.
Now my opinion.
You were speaking on my opinion.
Does that make sense for someone to be crucified for their opinion changing?
No, I'm not saying your opinion changing. I'm not saying your opinion changing is wrong. I want my recompense for for dismissing what I was saying in the first place. That's all I want. It's okay.
Guess what, KJ? Guess what? You're not getting it.
Cool. I know what it is. There we go. Right. I know what it is. I know what it is.
Giving you no recompense. This ain't
no recompense there at all. Bits, you're muted, bro. There you go.
No, I was just saying, Chipmunk and Stormzy, chill. Hey, come on, chill.
We had a super chat here while that was going on. Says, I'm almost a pensioner and I have played and seen a lot of football, and that lady Anita is spot on. That's from Gerard O'Connor. Gerard O'Connor, this is the Queen. This is the Queen speaking here. The Football Terrace Queen in the house. And Chelsea boys, I'm calling out the Chelsea lads from earlier. That's how you show some energy and passion with football fans.
Bring them back on, fam. Why were they crying?
Yeah.
Bring them back on.
To be fair, Anita and Jem need to have a conversation. That's all I'm saying.
Jem, get yourself back on. We're going to go to some more callers. We're going to go to some callers here. First up, we're going to get... I can't wait to hear this lady. It's Brittany Blue, ladies and gentlemen. Brittany Blue.
Oh, baby.
Brittany, welcome back to the show. Tell us your thoughts after another abysmal performance from Frank Lampard.
I'm gonna start with Pulisic, and everybody swears because I'm from the US. Oh no, you have a bias towards Pulisic. Oh no, you're probably a Pulisic fan. That man was crap. Shit. I'm telling you, how do you dribble but go nowhere? You dribble, fall, you go around a player, you fall after. I'm not having it. He's been crap for a couple games now. Why is he starting? Not only because his form has been horrible, but we already know how Pulisic's legs are. It's made out of puff batter. I cannot stand. He's always injured. So why are you playing him continuously? With Ziyech, he got a left foot of a goddess. I'm not having it. And then this Rudiger. You bring on Rudiger and you take off Zuma because you say, oh no, some players, you're losing a lot. So you have to take. I'm not having that. Zuma has been probably top 5 our most consistent players. Yeah, yes, he's had like some shaky moments, but he's done it, and he's done well consistently. Most of the times when teams try to counterattack us, Zuma's there to sweep up. We already know that Leicester are like the kings of counterattacking. We already know what Jamie Vardy is capable of. We already know Maddison could take a shot from far out from the halfway line. Oh no, you know, I'm gonna take out Zuma and put in Rudiger there. What makes sense? You keep making these changes in our midfield. Don't get me started on this midfield. You have 2 number 8s and a 10 in our midfield 3. I'm not having it. That makes 0 sense. You have Lampard, and I don't know if you've seen this, but this is for you. 150 IQ. 150 IQ. And where there's no common sense. There's 0 common sense. I'm not having it. And Pulisic ain't playing well. Cho was at least trying. I'll give that. I'll give this to certain players if you're trying. There's some games that in the past, Pulisic was the only one trying. I'll give that to him. But I'm not having it. Sit the man on the bench. It's not that hard. If you could take Zuma out of this starting 11 for no reason, and Mendy, I ain't forget you. I got some for you too. I'm not having you either. You stand there. No, I'm traumatized from Kepa. It's still there. I probably need therapy. I'm still traumatized from that man. And you stand there, and I just reimagine that Liverpool match that we had at Anfield last season. And I'm sick and tired of this. Players thinking you're higher than the club. Ziyech, I like you, but you're supposed to be you're the leader. You're 27. You have experience. You made it to a Champions League semifinal. Put some sense into these kids. Because you're the best right back in the league. I'll put out that trend. I want all the smoke. Liverpool fans, we'll have another time later, but I need my quick rant. Reece James, you're the best right back in the league, period. I'm not here to argue. But your lack of awareness, and I know you're young, you still have some stuff to learn. Your lack of awareness is horrible. Horrible. How do you not sense the aura, the energy of, what's his name, James Maddison behind you? And Rudiger also has to take fault because you're out here. Thiago already got Jamie Vardy. He already do. Yes, probably Thiago don't got legs, but hey, he already got him. Why don't you track the other, striker midfielder that is probably their second most dangerous player? This makes no sense. 0 sense. I'm not having it.
I want to interrupt very, very quickly. Amazing speech there and rant. Fabrizio Romano has tweeted, and it's information from Cy Phillips, who's a Chelsea content creator and journalist, basically saying the long tweet at the end of it says the Chelsea board have confirmed that they are more than disappointed. Frank Lampard's done. Brittany, do you see any way that Lampard could turn this round, or do you think Roman is going to yield his axe?
He needs to yield them axe. I don't care. I've been Lampard out since, because here's the thing. I've said a lot of crazy stuff about Lampard, me being Lampard out. Cool. Crazy. I've been Lampard out since this bad form started. And the reason why I said that is because he's too stubborn. He's literally the epitome of insanity. I knew this was going to happen because he's not going to change anything. He's not going to make anything different. I knew we were going to continue with this bad form. I don't care. Tuchel and what's his name, Allegri out here sitting there, sipping their tea, looking at this job, licking their lips, and I'm here for it. And Roman put up the cash. I don't care. Nagelsmann put up the cash. If you could spend 72 million on this on Kepa, I'm pretty sure you could spend damn near the same amount if needed on a great manager, because I'll do anything to take this man Lampard. His ignorance, his arrogance of coming into this job too early turned into ignorance. And that's my little speech, my little rant.
Brittany, coming on the show, amazing. We've got a little treat tonight. I haven't seen this man in a long time. I'm so happy to see him. He is a Man United fan, but I can't wait to hear his rant, his preach. It's B-Man back in the house, looking slim as well, bro. We lost some weight, brother.
Yeah, man, I've been sick, bro. Hey, this COVID hit me like a freight train, but I'm out of hospital. I'm feeling great. I mean, yeah, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good, man.
Come on.
And probably making you feel even better is seeing Frank Lampard struggling. Give me your thoughts. Has he got a future at Chelsea?
Listen, man, this is Roman Abramovich talking about. Those Russians do not play around. I sat there and watched this game, ladies and gentlemen, and I thought, oh my God, what the hell am I watching here? I mean, last year, you see, the big problem is because I've always had this respect with Chelsea fans because they always held their managers to account. Their managers are always accountable. But last season, there were Chelsea fans that were refusing to see the truth, to hold Frank Lampard accountable. And the media was also part of this. No one was holding Frank accountable when this team was underperforming. Last year, when they threw, look, Kepa was bad last year, but you can't throw a young player like that under the bus. If it was Jose Mourinho, everyone would be like, oh, he's throwing a player under the bus. But this is what happens when you let a young manager or a manager go without you holding them accountable. Oli, listen, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, we've been discussing in this channel for over a year. He's been held accountable for every decision he makes, every failure the team goes through, he's held accountable. Frank Lampard went under the radar last year. Excuses were made for him. Now, as my father always told me, the chickens have come home to roost right now. I mean, Leicester today, I mean, my God. Listen, man, Leicester today made Chelsea look like a championship team. If I was Roman Abramovich, man, I'm firing Frank Lampard. I'm firing his coaches. I'm even firing the tea lady. And I'm making those players fly commercial after that. That's how bad that performance was.
100%, brother. B-man.
This is the work.
Mate, listen, Terry, absolutely brilliant. Mate, brilliant to hear from you again. We're going to get you back on again soon. It's great to have you on the show again, my brother. Thank you very, very much indeed. Absolute legend is B-man. Big up yourself. Glad to see you better. I love this guy. I love this guy.
As the man, you know.
Makes me die, you know. Next up on the show, this guy was cheering in the background. Man, like, I think he's pronounced Sweeney is his name. There he is. He's got a camera. Wait, bro.
Hey, Terry. It's nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you. What do you want to say, bro?
I'm going to say this. I just don't see Chelsea winning a title in a long time with how way Roman operates. He's too cutthroat, especially with the young players. You have, nowadays, you have to build that team, but you have to have a plan. It goes to, finding the right manager who's a perfect fit for Chelsea. And, you have to earn that respect. Lampard is too, stubborn. He won't change. And, especially channeling his inner Mourinho, calling up players, and especially now in this day and age, that's the last thing you want to do because it just makes the players lose respect for you.
But you are aware Chelsea are the most in the last 15 years. Chelsea have won a lot of trophies, right? The sacking and hiring a new manager has technically been working.
No, you know that a lady doing maths. That's me right now. It's not calculating. What you're calculating, not calculating at all.
You know what? Yeah, I kind of get what he's saying in terms of the time is the time of sacking managers left, right, and center over. Can you longer do that in this era?
If it's been working, why would you stop?
No. Wait, because other teams are now getting more money, and what they're doing is they're giving the managers time to build with a plan. And by the time they're in their prime, the plan is at the peak. Chelsea already gone through 2-3 managers. Can you? And that's the issue. Can you keep doing that in this time?
Yes, they can. The same way you came in is the same way you leave.
Do you know what? It's a great point. What I would say about that though, the only thing he said on opposite that didn't make sense is you shouldn't be sacking managers quickly. But if Lampard's too stubborn and he isn't going to change, then you ain't going to get better. So it becomes catch-22. Lampard now has to go, in my opinion, because that dressing room has stopped playing for him. And forward, I know you're probably watching, bro. I said this would happen if you went for a bad run, that he would get sacked. You told me I was hating on your club because I don't watch Chelsea play football. I do. I watch every single game, bro. But next on the show, we're going to have the crazy... No, we're not. We're going to get CK on the show next. CK, what you saying, bro?
You all right, Terry?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Who do you support, mate?
Arsenal, sadly.
You're an Arsenal fan. Give me your thoughts on Chelsea.
I just think that you have to give. I don't know, man. It's tough in this day and age because not many managers are good now. I think my thing is, I would keep Lampard because there's no manager better than him realistically that you can get now. But also, it just shows the money that they invested just wasn't invested well at all. Spending 300 million on players that are not going to gel well together, that you haven't studied over, it's not going to work. I feel like, I don't know. I feel bad for Chelsea, but I mean, their fans deserve it. All the stick they've been giving everyone else.
All right, fair enough. So, are you saying that Allegri, Rafa Benitez, and Tuchel are not better than Lampard right now?
No, I didn't. I forgot about those two. But would they come though?
Yeah,
Money talks, mate.
Money.
London, mate. In-house in London.
What team do you support? Sorry, what team
Arsenal.
do you support?
Arsenal.
Okay, fair enough. No, but not like you lot. They'll come. We spend the money.
Not like you lot. No.
We're 2 points away from you, though. I swear.
Sorry, bro. What's that?
We're 2 points away from you.
I said money-wise, we're not like you lot. So
Ain't stingy.
Listen, CK, thank you for calling the show, bro. Really appreciate that. Listen, Chelsea are going to do what they always do. Jerry Maguire, show me the money.
Listen, that KGB money, yeah, gotta be used somehow. You know what I'm saying?
David's back here. David, are you going to show some energy now, bruv?
Hold on a sec.
Oh, I don't know what. Are you going to show some energy, David? I don't know what was wrong with you last time you're on. You were like, oh,
I've just because I knew what was going to happen. That's why, like, you know, when you can just see it, I could see it, and it's just frustrating because you can see where the holes in the team are, and you know that don't do this. Kante's not fit. Don't do that.
Then, David.
Don't do that. No, but I've already said everything I need to say. Frank has to go tomorrow. If I don't wake up tomorrow morning and I don't see he's been sacked, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I hear you on that.
I don't know what he's gonna do.
David, you know what you can do.
David,
little super chat for Anita there. Little super chat for Anita. There we go.
David, you don't need to be waking up. They need to get KGB agents, bro. Need to go pick him up in the black truck, fam. Right before he gets home, just
he's got to go. I think I'm going to be up late tonight waiting for this news. We're going to get Jezza on the line here. Yeah, 100%. Jezza's with us now. Jezza, you're a Chelsea fan. Listen, dumped again by Chelsea tonight. Where's your head at? Do you think Lampard got to go, or would you give him more time?
Look, he's on his way out, in my opinion. So let's not even dispute that. For me, I want to have a discussion around maybe or have my say on who I want to come in.
Yes,
and that's, I want Ten Hag to come in. And reason being is, I know you think, I know you say the whole project and everything might have been a PR stunt and everything. I get that. I get why you say that. Likewise, like I think the Jadon Sancho news today might be a PR stunt because you guys are in a good moment. You never know with these things. However, if it is true and Petr Cech is the technical director, and he's the one who actually came out and said we wanted to unify the club by bringing Lampard in, when really and truly, if we're being honest, with the transfer ban and losing Eden Hazard, no quality manager in world football takes that job. In my opinion, not Allegri, not Tuchel, not no one. So for me, I want Ten Hag to come in. What he's done with Ajax, I play field hockey, so I travel to Europe a lot, and I play field hockey in Amsterdam. So I watch Ajax week in, week out, because when I go over there, obviously I'm going to need to speak with the boys, about what's going on over there. So what he's done with young players and what they did to get to that semi-final, and the project and the work that he's done there. I mean, we had the privilege to just even see him on the training ground and everything. And I just think if you bring him in, right, let's get it straight forward. I know, like, on Twitter and, around the world, people see Pulisic, people see Callum Hudson-Odoi as Hazard's replacement. But if we are being real, Hazard's replacement is Hakim Ziyech in this team in terms of leadership, quality as well, quality on the football, and just in general play. I think he's the best player in our team. So if you bring Ten Hag across now, like KJ said earlier in the show, I agree with the gambling thing. Like, we've seen this before. I'm not saying we're going to win the Champions League, but we could go on a run, and that could transpire into league form and climbing up the table. Also, very, very important in terms of our youngsters, guys. We've won how many FA Youth Cups, and we've never seen any of these youngsters coming through. Now, for me, I couldn't care about Salah, okay, because he scores goals off his shin pad, and I couldn't care. Hazard's 10 times better, and Hazard is a legend for us. So letting Salah go, I couldn't care about that. Letting De Bruyne go, okay, that one's a bit painful. However, we've still been successful, and let's be honest, Oscar, if Oscar didn't get that offer from China, he would still be at the club. And then Lukaku's Lukaku, he can also get in the bin. Our young players in Mason Mount. Sorry, Mason Mount went on loan to Vitesse. Just last point, he went on loan to Vitesse, so I think again he could get a tune out of him. But I know Tuchel's the favourite,
and he may be able to. I think I think he's going to want a manager now rather than in the summer, but let's see what happens. Listen, mate, Jezza, thank you for coming on the show again, mate. Really appreciate your support on the channel, bro. Thank you very, very much indeed. Who are we going to put on next? Next on the show, we're going to get man like Rome on the show. What you saying, brother?
Yo, two things real quick, bro. The only thing that's keeping Lampard in a job tomorrow is a broken David De Gea fax machine. That's the only thing that's going to keep him in a job tomorrow. And secondly, every time I come on here, we talk about Chelsea. I tell you, man, like Blossom from Powerpuff Girls, bro. Sugar Spice and Nothing Nice, bro. Kai Havertz, man missing, bro. This man's completely missing, bro. It don't make sense. And I keep telling you, this man needs to be at the false 9 position playing with ZH on one side and maybe Pulisic on the other side, bro. He's not a number 10. He should never be a number 10, bro. I keep telling you guys every time.
Again, my whole point with playing
not a number 10. He should never be playing number 10. I would challenge anyone.
So someone should never be playing their original position. I'm confused.
What original position, Anita? He's not a number 10.
Number 10.
He's never been a number 10, Anita. We have a position all the time.
You know what? You're not making sense to me. I'm gonna let David take this one because you ain't making no sense.
Because again, we're just gonna have the same argument that we have with Kai all the time. He is the number 10. Basically, right? Rome's point is he's watched him after lockdown and he was playing false 9 and out wide, which was one part of the season. That was it. That's the only reason. And again, at Leverkusen, their striker was Kevin Volland. All right, that was their striker. He was not playing false 9. That's not what he was playing. He did it after lockdown. He did it after lockdown, which is true. But his main position is 10. That is what he's been growing up on. He himself says that's his best thing. That's his best position.
Okay, so let me explain something to you, bro. The kind of number 10 that you guys need or require someone in the middle that doesn't need a lot of time on the ball. Grab it, turn, and play your strikers in. Havertz doesn't have that in his game, bro. He's not the type of player to get the ball, make quick turns like a Bruno Fernandes, for example. He needs time on the ball. You don't get that time in the league. Tell me, do you see Havertz bringing in people into the game and stringing passes left, right, and center in the number 10?
Yeah, but do you see Tammy making himself an option?
I'm
not talking about Tammy, bro. I'm not talking.
No. You can't sit there and be like he's got a fine.
The striker too. If you're gonna talk about Havertz, you're gonna talk about a 10. You're gonna talk about his partner up front. You're gonna talk about them both. Is Tammy doing his job? Is Tammy making the runs? Yes or no? Yes
Tammy's not the only player he could pass the ball to, though.
Yes.
Tammy's not the only player he could pass the ball to, is he?
Yes or no? Is he making the runs?
No, he's not. But Tammy's not the only.
Conversation done. Don't speak
about it. If you don't think
how many people are on the team? It's 11 players on the team.
Hold on.
But is Tammy the only person he can pass the ball to? Is Tammy the only player he can pass the ball to?
Function without a number 9.
Okay, Rome. Let me put it like this. If you have Bruno Fernandes, right, and he's playing constant balls in behind to fucking Andy Carroll, it's not going to work, is it? It's not going to work.
You're not listening to me.
That's not how football works. In order to get the best out of your players, you need good players around them. That's how it works. That is how it works. You need to play to your team's strengths. And right now, we are not playing to our team's strengths. So I'm not gonna have a massive go at our players.
Why are you on Anita? Why are you on Anita acting like Tommy's the only person he could pass the ball to?
But
why are you like Tommy's the only person on the field, bro? You have 2 people. They're playing 3 people up front. They're playing 3 people up front. Do you see Havertz bringing anyone into the game? Do you see?
What's your name?
Rome.
Okay, Rome, listen to this, yeah? All right, cool. And number 10, where do they play? Centrally, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. If our play is to pass wide every single time and not pass it back through the middle, what is the 10 supposed to do?
Not be in the team, bro. That's my point. He shouldn't be in there. If you're not using him, don't put him in there.
You're saying he shouldn't play 10. 10's not his role. That's factually incorrect. That's what I'm telling you. You are factually incorrect. That is his role. If there's different views saying Lampard shouldn't be playing him because we can't play with 10s with the way we're playing, that's a different conversation. You are not saying that. You are saying the 10 isn't bringing anyone in. How do you expect a 10 to bring everyone in from the sides? Let me know.
What I've been trying to say this entire time is that he should not be playing in the number 10 role. Chelsea, the way they play, should not have a number 10. They should be playing with 2 8s and a defensive midfielder and put Havertz further up. Similar to what Liverpool plays. That's exactly what I'm saying. He's not a number 10. He should be playing number 10.
Your words were, he's not a 10. Those were your words. You literally said he's not a 10.
Because he's not. He should be playing further up in the field. Havertz should be in and around.
Just say you're wrong and Chelsea shouldn't play with
No, because I'm not. I'm telling you, he shouldn't be playing in the number 10. He's not as good as a number 10.
You are wrong. He's
not as good as a number 10.
But you are wrong because he is a 10.
No, I'm not. Okay.
What is his main position? You tell me what his main position is. And you tell me.
I just told you he should be playing as a false 9. It's similar to where Firmino is playing. Exactly. Right. He should be playing as a system player. He's a system player.
In Germany, with defenders that are slow, Germany.
Don't say it to half a season. Don't say it to half a season. Don't say it to half a season because it was not. Every time he played as a 10 for Leverkusen, he had to drag his ass off.
It was half a season. Was it not half a season that he played? Was it not? Oh,
so you guys bought him on a half a season? Is that what this is? You guys bought him because of the goals he scored in the second half of the season last year?
No, we bought him as a 10. That's why he's not playing. That's why he's not playing false 9. What team do you support?
Even his own manager from his previous club have come out and said he said play him further forward in the 10 role, not as an 8 because he's too deep.
Wait, what?
Yo, listen.
That's what his own manager.
I'll finish it off, Terry. I'll finish it off. Okay. Havertz isn't number 10. He can also excel in the false 9 position, whatever. But Rome's point that he should be pushing is that Havertz could be doing more in the number 10 role. We see Bruno Fernandes, he plays number 10, but he's also on the left hand side trying to create. He's on the right hand side trying to create. He's trying to use all sides of the pitch. Every area of the pitch he's trying to create from. Kai Havertz can be doing more from the number 10 position. Let's move on, please.
No, wait, Kate, can I just quickly talk about that as well? Yeah, because I agree with you. I think he could be doing more. However, I also blame Lampard for the fact that we go so out wide. So basically, from what I watched today with Leicester, yeah, we go so out wide there that Leicester, they don't go as wide as we do. They kind of like pump in for how wide we are. So to get the ball back into the centre, it is a myth. Yeah, so if you're looking at it that way, well, there's not much more that Havertz can do unless he actually gets the ball through the middle. Yes, going to the left, going to the right, and number 10 has a free role. That's fine. But if the people out wide are not able to break the lines, pass the ball through to Havertz, what more can he do? Bearing in mind, he's just come back from COVID and all of that stuff. My thing is coaching. If you coach these type of things to break the lines, stuff like that. We saw it in a Man City match, we saw it in an Arsenal match, we saw it today. We cannot break lines. We have a number 10. How are we going to break lines with a number 10 that cannot even get the ball? It doesn't make sense. It don't make sense. None of it makes sense.
Great debate. We're gonna let the audience have their say on it as well now. But Monstars now have joined us. Rome, bro, thank you for coming on, mate, and having your say. Appreciate the love as ever, mate. Take care, bro, and the super chats. Thank you, my man. Monstars with us now, looking glum, looking depressed. Are you still praying for rivals, or are you praying for Lampard's future?
I mean, what's the point of praying for rivals if the prayers worked? And look at the rivals; they're spanking us all over everywhere. Wherever we go, they spank us. We come home, they spank us again. It's just getting disgusting now, isn't it? As much as I love Frank James Lampard, please resign. Just resign, man, because it's clear as like I'm not necessarily putting this performance just on him, it's the players as well. But I said it already that if they can't pull out a win for him today, then they're never going to pull it out. Do you know what I mean? I just feel looking at the way they're playing, they don't even look like they want to play. they don't look like they want to play for him anymore.
Yeah.
I think he's done. It's hard to say this because it's Frank Lampard, it's a Chelsea legend, isn't it? But damn, it's looking bad, bro.
You know what? I would say again. I've said it a few times in the show, and I know we haven't anyone Leicester fans that are watching. I know we haven't really spoke too much about yourselves today, and that's just because we're open. You guys can call in. I think you look very, very good. But what I've seen from Chelsea today, I haven't seen it from Ollie's Man United in the down periods where 85% of the team just look devoid. And whether it's they don't respect Lampard or they're just saying this isn't working for us, the way we're being trained, the way we're being spoken about, it just looks devoid. And I think the writing's on the wall because of who Roman Abramovich is, what his expectations are, and how things motor on forward. And I think at the end of the day, it's better for Chelsea to move. At this point, you can still salvage this season. You're in the FA Cup still. You can still
imagine our team against Atletico Madrid.
Oh,
yeah,
you never know, bro.
Right now, under Lampard, I can understand that. But I say you bring in Tuchel, you bring in a leg. Don't know who your favorite is and who it's going to be. But you bring in a manager that suddenly gets this group to play together. We've seen it before with Chelsea where players have helped remove a manager. The new guy comes in, there's a big bounce. So if you do it now, you can salvage something. If you leave it another 10 games, your season's
done. It's done. Yeah,
you're monster.
Might as well.
Does it sting? Does it sting more knowing that you was the guy that caused all the ruckus for the Chelsea fans? You are the cause for all the grief that Anita, David, Jem, Prime. Who else is there? Kai. Who else is there? Winter Surfer. Who else is there? CFC Will.
So bad for Kai. Kai's had to go to another channel tonight. Kai can't even show up on the.
You are the cause, monster. How do you feel knowing you're a terrorist?
It is what it is, man. I've already told people I speak for myself, and I stand on what I said before, innit? I stand on it. I've said what I said. The people are coming for me.
Stepping your head.
Bro, I can't even go on Twitter, bro. Like, I can't even go on it.
You can't because you caused this. You need to apologize to your queen above you and that joker next to you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You need to apologize.
Still monster.
You're in the church of vibes right now. Come confess your sin.
Yeah, you've got to, man.
Do you know the funny thing is,
I'm going to pray for Chelsea. How am I praying for the rivals and they're all being galvanized and all of a sudden Chelsea, like,
Anita, do you remember at the start of the season when we were talking about how long it would take for our team to gel? And I was like, if we're like 5 points behind Liverpool and it's halfway through the season and we gel, we've got a chance. The funny thing is, we are 5 points behind Liverpool. We are so bad. We're so bad. It's not even worth it.
I was saying the other day, if Liverpool don't turn the form around, you guys might finish in front of Liverpool like you predicted. But you never know. You know what I mean?
Oh, finishing fifth in front of Liverpool would be mad, fam. You know what I'm saying?
And Joe, I want to move the talk a little bit on now. I want to move the talk a little bit on to the top race because I want to pay a little bit of homage and respect to Leicester. They sit on top of the league now. They're on 38 points. For me, a lot of Man United are an outside chance of entering this title race. For me, I want as many teams as possible in it. I actually think it gives Man United more of an opportunity with Leicester, Spurs, I want everyone chipping away at Liverpool, Man City. I think it gives us more of an outside chance. But you look at it now, Man United got pressure on tomorrow night, so have City. But Liverpool's next couple of games, they play Burnley, who were notoriously difficult to break down and beat, and then they play Tottenham. They're 8 points off the top. Liverpool just can't afford to drop any more points in this little period of, where they're going through bad form. They drop any more points in the next few games, they could find themselves 7, 8, 9 points off retaining their title,
And especially if we get our new manager bounce as well, they could find themselves behind us.
David started now. Yes. Start the agenda. Start the propaganda.
I want my German manager to come in. When people complain about the Germans, I can't wait for the German manager to come in and actually do well. Then I want to hear about the Germans.
David, if you get a German manager, are you guys back? Are you back?
No, we're not back now. Because again, it will take because it will take time for him to build up the system. But he's got a track record of, if you let me do this, this is what happens. You can see he's got the track record of it. Lampard don't have that. So right now it's like hitting hope.
If there was some off chance that this would work, would you take Brendan Rodgers knowing that he would come?
No.
Why not? Why not? He's currently better than what you've got.
Yeah, treble winner up in Scotland.
Yeah, but that's Scotland. Like
Still a trophy, bro.
Yeah,
yeah,
you say
Scotland's like
say
League
that-
One quality. I'm not
No,
bothered.
you say that it's Scotland, yeah, but he's currently sitting top of the table. He's got experience in the league. He knows what he likes to win. Lampard hasn't won anything. He's better than what you've got.
No, he's better than Lampard, but is he better than Thomas Tuchel?
But that's better than what you've got.
Why
I
can't
get
Chelsea,
no, but
can't
why
Chelsea,
would we go and buy
David.
out Brendan Rodgers when we can get Tuchel basically just for his contract?
Or why can't Chelsea go for an interim and then assess their options at the end of the season? Bring in. There's so many managers available at the end of the season. That's
I mean,
my
there are no.
Because
The
you've already,
problem is,
Monster, you know why? Because you've already got interim. You know what I'm
the
saying?
problem is-
You've already got
there
an
are-
interim
the
already,
problem
blood.
is
You
there
can't
are-
get
there
two
are
in a
no-
row.
there are no interims available. This is the problem. There are no interims
Say
available.
two. I'm sorry, is Rafael Benitez not available?
Are we really bringing back Rafael Benitez? Is
Yes,
that really
yeah.
what we're
Europa
doing?
League winner,
Did he
fam.
not win your trophy, no?
Bro,
You know what? But someone like Rafa Benitez for an interim period, the rest of the season would do a good job for you. He was solidified. Do you know one of the biggest things? And maybe this is a Lampard British media bias. When they put up on the screen tonight, after you conceded your first goal, that only Newcastle on 52 have conceded more goals away from home during the Lampard tenure. I just thought to myself, one, that's terrible. Secondly, how on God's name has that been hidden from everybody? Like, unless you've gone back and counted, you wouldn't really know. That just shows to me, because I think if Lampard was Portuguese or something, they would have outed that months ago. They've gone, look how bad his away record is. Look, exactly. I mean, look at the way Sarri was treated. That's a prime example. Players get it as well. You know, you got a certain player at a certain Manchester club who's had an amazing first year in the Premier League, and the last 2 days it's all been negative about his performances against the Big Six. The irony is, when you actually add in teams like Leicester and Everton, who are better than two of the traditional top six, his statistics are a lot better. But yet, with some of our British players and British managers, they ignore the clear, obvious holes. Like tonight on Sky Sports, and maybe I saw a bit tonight, and it kind of come home the Mason Mount stuff, right? They were raving about how good he was, and then they put his stats up and they compared it to the other English sort of attacking midfielders, Phil Foden, Grealish, Maddison, and they strip him.
But I have an agenda. But I have an agenda. But I have an agenda. It's ridiculous.
And Jamie Redknapp was going through it, and it was literally like the others have scored more goals, created more chances, made more assists, and then the bottom bit was like defensive actions. And he was talking about the press and how hard he works, and then like defensive actions per 90 minutes, they were all either level or in front of him. And I'm sitting there thinking, see, I like Mason Mount. He's a good player.
Don't jizz your
Last
pants.
season, he's an average football player.
But Monster, I'm not going to jizz my pants over it because I've already spotted this from weeks back.
Listen,
I've already been knowing about this.
I
I've
agree
already
that
been knowing.
Mason Mount is not as good as the Maddisons, the Grealish, Foden. He's not on their level. I'm not even going to sit here and lie. But I'm not going to deny how good he has been for Chelsea. He's been our most consistent performer in midfield. So I don't like the way David be going at the kid. Like,
Monster, can I just like food for thought here? Yeah? The effort Frank Lampard puts into Mason Mount, of course he's going to be the most pivotal person in our team because Frank Lampard has made it that way. I like Mason Mount. I think when Frank Lampard came in last season, made him one of our star boys, I thought, cool, yeah, we can't beat this guy. He's coming this season again. But realistically, from the outside looking in, this is a 60-minute sub. He is not a starter. He is a 60-minute sub that comes on and brings on the energy. You have to keep it.
Yeah, Monster. This is gonna sound mad, yeah. But what Lampard is doing is basically if Ollie built a team around Dan James. If Ollie made listen. If Ollie built a team around Dan James, you'll be vexed because you know that ain't the level of play you need to build a team around.
Get out of here.
All right. Yes, Kendall.
But again, I've been saying it for weeks. Man United, Bruno Fernandes, that's the squad. Man City, Kevin De Bruyne, that's where it's built around. Spurs, you got Kane and Son, that's where. No wonder we're the lowest out of them because we're building it around the worst player out of the
Do you know what I find interesting now about the Mason Mount thing tonight? The people talking about him and praising him, the eye test fouled them because when it come down to the cold, light heart of facts, how many times in games and by the way, the bit that was really telling that I left out, he's played so many more minutes across all competitions than those players.
I know, David.
And it's like because we obviously been in more competition. So they were showing they were trying to finesse it to make him look better. They showed total minutes played, and it was hundreds more. But instead of showing per 90-minute outputs, they showed on nearly everything else. They just showed totals. So his totals were similar, but he's played so many more games. You think that Jack Grealish, he's played 6 more games than him because of Champions League football. Plus Villa have had a couple of games cancelled. So he's played like 8 more games, and Jack Grealish strips him. And for me, Chelsea of old. So when you talk earlier about Chelsea, bits and bobs, and Chelsea, they recycle a manager and they try and win. Yeah, they were winning, but they had a Mason Mount.
Doesn't get in the squad.
Malouda, look, what your name wasn't Malouda. No. Gal Kakuta was a better academy player than Mount. But he couldn't get anybody in the team.
Stop it. I can't even. Kakuta, you know. Man sounds like a
wow. Is that who was this?
No, 10 years ago, Mason Mount would have been part of Lone Army right now. He still would be there. Because you're like, if you want to win the league, if you want a league, Mason Mount cannot be your best player. He can't be. He can't. Because if that is your best player, that is true. Like, I'm not, again, it's not for me, it's not coming from a place of, oh, he's taken my gal or whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying
is,
he
has though, David. It's okay, bro.
What is best for my team? Apparently, no. People say.
By the way, you were watching the game early, David, with your flatmate. She said, "Flatmate," or
my flatmate. No, she is my flatmate.
Yeah, it has to be flatmate because what other girls would actually hang out with David, fam? You know what I'm saying?
No. COVID.
And David. COVID. Listen, if she's your flatmate and you're serious, I can send you some ball toner, bro. I got ball deodorant here. I got it all, bruv. This stuff keeps you fresh, bruv. I went for a jog after putting this on, bruv. Bone dry. The madness.
No, but if I was a Chelsea fan,
get your Manscaped. They're not worn, by the way. They're out of the box.
Promo code TFT, 20% off on that. You know what I'm saying, David? You might need to use it. If I was a Chelsea fan, I would be saying, if you're gonna build around one youngster that you got, it wouldn't be Mount, it wouldn't be Bambi Abrahams, it would be Cho, and he's the one getting the least game time. You've already released, like you were saying, free Tomori. He's actually been freed, bro. Like he's about to win a title.
I just saw the sinking ship and went.
At the end of the day, I'm not in for a soul, or I'll say I told you so, and I did. But I said it a year ago. Mason Mount is a good level player. You need better than him. Tammy, good level player, but you need. But they're good squad players. They should be on your bench. They should be rotated in particular games. And when your team and your system's working, they'll pick up goals, you know. But it reminds me, Tammy Abraham reminds me of Iheanacho. When he was coming on the bench, when City were in their pomp, he was scoring lots of goals from open play when they were 2 or 3-0 up. When it comes to him being at Leicester, and it's like, whenever I've seen him start a game and it's important, there's nothing there. And invariably, that's what Tammy and the Masons of this world do. We're going to get a few more people onto the stream here. First of all, real quick fire. Winter Surfer. Not Winter. It's Winter Surfer? No, it's Winter. It's Winter Surfers here. What are you saying, bro?
Yeah. All right, guys. I'm thoroughly depressed, but there we
go. You know his peak when he's wearing a Ravens hat and is that a hockey team on your shirt and no sign of Chelsea at all, bro. It's peak, bro.
He's got to go. He's got to go. He's out of his depth. He can't manage youngsters and he can't manage superstars. He's the reason Mason Mount gets hate because he's overplayed him. He doesn't do anything. His subs today were literally replacing him and then folding his arms. That's all he does. Okay, our greatest player is going to go down as our worst ever manager. Yeah, I want them to retire his number at the club, but that's not going to happen now because of his manager stint. He's not going to make it. He needs to. Screw this. Wait until morning. They needed to do what they did to Ancelotti in the stadium.
Yeah,
do it then. I told you, KGB before he steps in, before he rings the doorbell at home.
A horse's head in his bed.
Yeah, a horse's head in his bed. Winter Surfer spoken. Thanks for coming on the show. You wait very patiently. Thank you, brother. One sec, guys. We're going to go to some more callers. We're going to come back. We've got the crazy Irishman that wants to come on there. Say the crazy Irishman. What you saying?
How are you getting on? I would say that Chelsea are a relegation team because they're on the same level as Arsenal, in my opinion. No, I know what you're saying, Terry, but I think Chelsea are overrated. after watching them a couple of games, I think Chelsea are overrated.
These man.
How much Guinness you drunk tonight, bruv?
None, to be honest. But no, I just think Chelsea are Arsenal level. They're going to get relegation in a few years' time, just like Arsenal, I think. Because you have no important players. You have no important players in Chelsea.
What team
At
do you
least Man
support?
United.
What team? do you support?
Manchester United. Manchester United.
If Manchester United can't get relegation, then Chelsea
Yeah.
can't get relegation. Because at the end of the day, Man United, they have a good DNA and they have history behind them, all of that stuff. So it's literally almost impossible for them to get relegated. We have money. There's
Yeah,
absolutely no way.
but Man United don't waste the money like Chelsea do. Or Arsenal.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Listen,
Thank you
everyone.
for your time. Happy New Year.
Everybody wastes money. Jeez.
Boy, my man legit was crazy, fam. That's why he's got the name Crazy Irishman. But I don't even know if he was Irish, fam. He's just crazy, bro.
Everybody who's tuned in, massive thank you to each and every single one of you. I'm back in the morning. We all know what the subject matter is going to be. The Frank Lampard out show is going to be back. There might be some actual news in the morning as well. We're covering Man United, Fulham tomorrow. We have to win now to go back. Do you know what? This is what I love, though. Kind of what, although it would have been better for Leicester to have lost because it meant we'd have stayed top. I don't know. Like playing Fulham in the last 8 years would have always been a meh game, but now it's to go back top. So tomorrow's full of some energy. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. City have got a tough game against Villa as well. We're really going to, they haven't been tested in the last few games. It's going to be interesting. But well done to Leicester for being top of the league. Frank Lampard, his job is in the balance. Big reports last night. He was close to getting the sack. Tonight isn't going to help him at all. Everybody who's tuned in, make sure you go and sign up to our Discord server. The link is in the description below. Subscribe to the Football Terrace clips. I'm sure there's going to be some footage from tonight that's going to go out on there. No doubt about it whatsoever. But until next time, take care of yourselves. Goodbye. God bless. By the way, check out Manscaped. Get your 20% discount. Until then, take care.